All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today is kind of a dump here. So we're going to be dumping all the watches that I currently have. But these are the watches that are only on bracelets. I have other watches that are not, and this is not really a state of the collection, but we're going to be talking about bracelets today. So bracelets on entry-level pricing watches. On obviously you see some G-Shocks on the table. We have some micro brands, and we have some more luxurious Swiss brands as well. So trying to cover it all. I have another watch incoming that's going to be featuring a new type of bracelet as well. And there's been other watches in the past that are no longer in the collection that have also had pretty good bracelets as well. So to get this moving, because I don't want to take too long, I just wanted to get going with some of the bracelets that I have here. So for example, here we have basically an entry-level watch in terms of pricing and branding. Nothing wrong with the brand. I love Timex. This is the Hodinkee Special Edition, Limited Edition. It's considered a diver, but it is a push-pull crown, and I believe only 30 meters of water resistance. So I think it's dive style just because it has the friction bezel, and then it's bi-directional, so not really a proper diver anyway. So yeah, so not much to talk about here. The bracelet that it has, the original that it comes with is like a stretchy style. Those, I call them like the old man bracelets that they used to wear in the past because it's a 70s theme. This one here, I switched to kind of a non-branded, kind of reminds me of the bullet bracelet from Breitling, but it's basically just a cheap knockoff of a Casio. And the way that it gets adjusted is with this little lever. I'm sure if anyone here has had any Casios in the past, you just pull that up. You can slide it up and down and adjust it accordingly. So folded links. It is a little bit of a hair puller. And as you can see, I have pretty hairy wrists, but the way that it goes on is you just fold it over and you catch the lip and then push down. Okay, so that's just a very simple watch. It's an integrated style. You can fit a regular strap in between there, but it doesn't have that flare out and then taper, which is a nice touch. Okay, so that's the first one, just a regular Timex. We're going to jump to the next Timex that's on the table, which is the GMT style here. And this was one of the newer bracelets that they featured on this watch. This is the stock bracelet. And I kind of like it, just have a couple of gripes about it. It doesn't have the folded links, which is nice. It's still push pin, which is easy to size. This is a proper GMT. It's a quartz GMT, so it's very accurate. It does have the minute markings. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And also has the flared out case, 18 millimeter lug width. Does have very minimal taper, if next to nothing. And what this has is just a pressed clasp. The thing that I don't like about it is that there's no micro adjusts and no half links. So the way that this fits me is either extremely tight or floppy and loose like this, which to some people can drive them crazy. I've gotten a little bit used to it, and I won't wear this out and about because it has a chance to fully spin around my wrist. Usually it does. Okay, so if that bothers you, then just keep in mind if you're looking for these bracelets, then they will do that. All right, so just moving along. I still like the watch. I still like the bracelet because it's kind of, other than the half links or lack of half links and no micro adjust, it's still a pretty decent feeling bracelet. Nice and thin profile. It's got quick adjust removal. So those are the types of things that would be an updated feature for a Timex. Okay, moving along. Let's just talk really quickly about the G-Shocks. Here you have a all titanium case and bracelet, and this does feature just a dual milled inner portion, which is also titanium, and obviously you can see there 1, 2, 3, 4 micro adjusts. I have it in the middle, which is what I like to do, so then I can go either way. My wrists do swell quite a bit even throughout the day, and that's why I like having a bracelet, which is the topic of today's discussion. So very cool bracelet, very easy to use. This one also features the same 4 micro adjust, dual trigger, and very easy to wear. Okay, so those are more of the basic ones. Now we're going to get more into different types of designs and styles, and some are proprietary, some are kind of used over the industry, and some are kind of innovative, and we're going to get into that soon. Next, we're going to jump to the Seiko Monster. This is the 4th gen. I've had this for 3.5 years now, and this uses a nice and thin clasp. Okay, fold over, dual pusher, all milled, all stamped, and that's what keeps it kind of thin. And what makes this an ISO certified diver is obviously the water resistance, the diving bezel, the screw down crown, but also has I believe it's on this side, diver's extension, which is also stamped, and it does give quite a bit. I've used this only once just to put around my sweater when I was working outside, but other than that, if your wrist is not going to be able to swell that much or fluctuate in size that much, so this kind of is meant for a sweater or a wetsuit. That gets pushed back in, and this uses a pin and collar system. I've been extremely happy with it. It's a good bracelet, and as you can see there, 20 millimeter, but it flares out to, I believe, 22 or 23, and then has again just a slight taper back down to the clasp at 22. Okay, so that's the Seiko. Next, we'll talk about one of these guys here. So Orient, kind of the same company as Seiko. I believe it's run by Epson. And as you can see here, this is an aftermarket strap code, and it's a good bracelet, solid end links, solid pins, screws for sizing. Really nice watch, beautiful watch, nice bezel action. If anyone's ever thinking about one of these, the red is phenomenal. The reason I got this was because I missed out on a Zelos black tip. Where is it? So the brother or sister to this guy, which is the red crimson, I missed out on that. I was able to snag this, but the red ones are very hard to find. So this was the next best deal for me in the affordable category. I believe there's a Seiko MM300 that they make as well that has a nice crimson red, but this one here did it for me. Beautiful size, wearable, and we'll talk about the bracelet. So this bracelet is hideous. I absolutely hate it. It doesn't match the watch at all. Even though it's still comfortable to wear, the clasp is thicker than the watch. I wish it was a little bit thinner. So this kind of opens with the triggers. I can't get it open. Okay, fully milled outer, inner. You have 6 micro adjusts, which is nice. I'll never have an issue finding a perfect fit, but it's huge, clunky, well made, but hideous. I absolutely dislike this clasp, especially. I don't even mind the polished center links. It's just this clasp is huge and hideous. All right, and that is the Orient Kamasu, one of my favorites. Definitely a keeper, and got it off a really good guy in the watch community. Okay, next we'll talk about a AliExpress. So what does AliExpress give you? Obviously, it's a straight homage to a, well, kind of a hybrid homage. It has the deep sea bezel. Very nice 120 click bezel. And then it has the look of a Submariner homage style with the integrated crown guards. Really nice profile, really nice height, really nice dimensions, very nice bracelet, which is again the topic of this discussion and why this watch is in this video. And this uses their brand new, just came out last month, their brand new on the fly toolless kind of micro adjust. So stamped outer, milled outer, milled inner. It's got the dual button versus only the one, which you saw on the other version or the other watch. For example, something like this. only has the one trigger, has the dual trigger, but only the one post. Okay, so whereas this one here has two, so it just makes it more secure. And then how this works is very similar to zelos, which we'll show you soon. It has a push and it can go in or out like that. It's a really good clasp, really nice and thin, better than the Christopher Ward, in my opinion. Beautifully finished and not super long. We're going to talk about the length on another watch in a while. So this one here, just really nice, very easy to adjust, and it's a cheap, affordable daily. If you don't want to ruin a good watch, you can bring this anywhere. 200 meters water resistance, NH35, sapphire, ceramic bezel insert, and again, just a classic look of a watch that I will probably never be able to afford. Okay, so moving along, I'll talk about Halios, which is another independent kind of micro brand, and one of my favorite all-time brands. This is the Universa 38.5 millimeter. Very nice classical case design, almost like a tag, the old chronos from back in the day. Very nice double dome boxed sapphire. But the hidden secret with this watch, push pull crown with that Sellita SW210, no date movement. Very accurate watch. But the hidden secret is with the clasp. So again, another milled inner and outer portion with no push button, but the secret is on the actual emblem. So you push the emblem and you can go in, which is fully in now. You push the button and you can go out. So there you got 5 clicks. Push the button, and just a really good design. Again, very thin, very comfortable, not too long, and very worn, very well worn, and very well loved. These are very hard to find. They do sell for a premium, and so if you get one, if you're looking for one, get it. I recommend it, but very hard to find, and you're gonna pay for it. Very well made watch. Okay, so now we'll move to the Zelos Comet 38. Does not come with a stock bracelet. This is a aftermarket, no time to die, very nice fold over stainless steel kind of mesh bracelet, and it has different adjustment capabilities inside. Right now I have it on the 3rd, and it is absolutely perfect. Good clicking, good pushers, very high quality mesh bracelet, and I just love the look that it gives the Comet. So no toolless micro adjusts. Well, toolless, yeah, because you just kind of slip this through and then you can use any one of these holes. There's no side pins, no nothing, no fuss, just double pusher, and it's on or off. And actually the 20 millimeter makes this perfect because it goes well with the swordfish. I've put it on the spearfish, and it kind of gives it those vintage vibes. So really nice. Just want to throw that out there as well. We'll talk about the bronze Mako. Really good condition. I wear this a lot. It doesn't look like it. It's just starting to finally form some patina down at the bottom. But other than that, it is, I would say it's perfect. I even got the lucky crown. It screws in top side perfectly. And just look at that domed crystal. Beautiful. Moving along, again, about the bracelets. So inner is stainless steel, outer is bronze, and very similar to the clasp on the strap code. Almost the same thickness. This is a little bit thicker on the strap code. Same micro adjustments. Again, I have one either way, in or out. so this will always give me the perfect fit, but it's just more streamlined, it's more thinner, and much better quality than the strap code. So Zelos always does a good job with the bracelets, and I kind of saving those for last as we move along here. Only a single trigger, only a single post, double trigger, single post, but that's okay. It's still pretty sturdy. The new Mako that's coming in is going to have a new bracelet. It's going to have a new clasp. I ordered the malachite green version, the GMT, and I'm excited. It's going to be my second GMT. I had another one before, but that one's moved on, and so now I'm going to have my second GMT, and we'll talk about one other coming along soon. So next we'll talk about the Swordfish. This is one of the newer releases, so it's going to have one of the newer clasps. Very, very nice. Some people don't like it. I actually do prefer this one here. It's really nice. And yeah, it has the same kind of feature, so you're going to be able to push in and push out. Look at the amount of micro adjusts you get. Amazing. I know a lot of people weren't happy about this portion here, but if you size it properly, you may not have to see that. So right now, yeah, you don't have to see it. This is my wife's watch, so it's sized quite small. I don't know if it's going to fit me, but yeah, let's see if it's going to fit. Let's go all the way to the outer. Gonna be a bit tight. Yeah. And there you go. Swordfish. Blue, not a teal, like a blue. Very, very beautiful. And the bracelet is gorgeous. Zelos probably has some of my most favorite bracelets, and that's why I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. So probably should have went in order, but yeah, we'll see. So this is the black tip Timekeepers edition, and this one here features, again, dual post, dual trigger, very nice, all milled, nice and thin. Profile is beautiful, and then the micro adjust is hidden inside here. Okay, and again, I keep it somewhere in the middle so I can go back and forth. There's no extra weird material sticking out here. This is probably my favorite Zelos bracelet to date. It fits absolutely perfect and like a dream. Okay, then shortly after I got that, they came out with the Spearfish, and it was kind of an updated version of the Swordfish, and this one here also has a beautiful bracelet. It's flexible enough where it's comfortable, but not flexible too much where it's cheapy. Beautiful, beautiful design, small links to get a good fit, but you'll always get a good fit because, again, very similar to the black tip, it has that same kind of sizing. So just absolutely perfect in my opinion. And that 40mm slimmer version of the Swordfish just fits like a dream. Also, this has the hardening, so you're going to see really quickly what the difference between the hardening does. It's going to make one watch look like it goes through a war, and the other watch looks like it's so perfect. By the way, this Spearfish now is, I believe, 2 years old. This one was the year before, I believe, so might be going on 3. I got this in the Zelos group, and I also got the bronze from the Zelos group, the best Facebook watch group around, in my opinion. I forgot to mention the bronze has a dual construction, so it's underneath is full stainless steel and on the top is bronze. You can see that separation there, and what it does is it actually allows you to wear the watch all day. I wore this all day yesterday, and because it's a little bit loose, which is how I like this particular model, it's not stuck to the wrist, and the sweat doesn't build up, and it doesn't give you that kind of oxidation on your wrist, that greenish color. So I forgot to put that one on for you guys. Okay, moving along. Video is going a little bit longer than I'd like. We have the Manta Ocean King, and again, one of my favorite watches, as you guys can see, very well worn, very high quality watch. This retails for about 2,200, 2,300, I believe. So not a cheap watch. Another independent micro. Very, very nice watch. And this also has a beautiful all milled clasp. So proprietary push button stamp. That male piece fits in this female slot. Nice click, and ball bearings to close. Has a ball bearing bezel. Beautiful. Better than the Black Bay 58 in my opinion. Lines up every single time, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So again, about the bracelet, it has kind of another trick. So as you can see here, this pulls out and it slides up or down, and inside there you see that little ball bearing. That is a ceramic ball bearing, and you can do this a million times and it will not wear out. So nice levels of micro adjust, toolless on the fly. That will snap back in place every single time satisfyingly. And it is a 40.5 millimeters, so just a joy on wrist, and one of my all-time favorite watches. So let me know your thoughts on these clasps, on these bracelets. What do you guys think? Which ones make you happy? Which ones would you prefer? These two are phenomenal. I do like the bracelet of the Spearfish and what Zelos is doing as well, especially for the price point. This is a hard to beat because I bought this for 250 Canadian, and it's just a beast of a watch with a beautiful clasp. I did want to talk about one more and then we'll wrap this up. So here's my newest acquisition, which is the Longines Spirit 37. Just look at that dial. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful applied markers. When those 5 stars hit the light, it just reflects it beautifully, and the applied logo as well, the winged hourglass logo. But what this watch has is, on top of the 4 or 5 micro adjusts, which is nice, stamped outer, milled inner, dual post, so very solid, very nice. It does feature a quick adjust proprietary to Longines. You just push down on here and you pop it out. So just wrapping around the camera. So you push down and it hides the buttons there, and then you push back in and it's back in. So just a really, really nice clasp, integrated end link system. And the finishing on this watch, again, this one here retails for about 3,200 Canadian. I did not pay that. I got this through another Facebook group in Canada, and I got a really good deal on this watch. There's deals to be had, and we got to look for them. Okay, so yeah, and I just wanted to show you guys just really quickly here some of the latest acquisitions. Obviously I mentioned let me get this screen turned on. I mentioned the malachite green zelos, and this is the other one that I had ordered. It's a pre-order from Van Banner, which is a Canadian micro brand. So you can see there, their launch price is $328, which is a fantastic price. I'm not even sure how they do that, but this is gonna have a beautiful, beautiful case. It's a GMT NH34, nice, beautiful textured dial, beautiful multifaceted hands, it looks like. And here is the clasp. So it kind of has like a butterfly clasp, but they do provide half links, and the links are going to be a little bit smaller as well. It's got a nice date position, which is balanced in between the 4 and the 5. Nice solid crown, nice smooth thin profile, and exhibition case back. It's crazy how they can charge this price at launch. 328 Canadian. So looking forward towards that. Looking forward towards the GMT Malachite. That's going to bring me to 3 GMTs in the collection. This one here is a quartz. Then I have a Seiko NH34, which I don't have yet. And then, well, movement wise, and then I'm going to have the Malachite uses the Miyota 9075. I know there's no hash marks, but there's hash marks and minute markers on this watch, and this is my GMT of choice at the moment. Okay guys, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for putting up with me and my annoying voice. I hope you liked the video. I hope you like the different types of clasps that are changing the game in the watch industry. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and which one you guys prefer in the comments. See you guys in the next one.